All right, y'all, welcome back to another 3-star My Bag. This one's going to be featuring the bag of DGV player Paul. So, Paul, when I asked him about his name, I figured it'd be super simple. His name's Paul, so I figured, yeah, it's my name. That's what I put down. But Paul is from Wisconsin. I don't know if you know much about that area, but that is the area of the country where Paul Bunyan is from. And Paul's dad's name is Paul, his grandpa's name is Paul, his great grandpa's name is Paul, all the way up to Paul Bunyan. So pretty crazy, pretty wild story. And I love the name Paul. It's my middle name. It's my dad's name. So pretty awesome to be doing this for Paul. And all of that Paul Bunyan stuff was just made up. It actually just it's his name, and that is why he chose it for his DGV name. But anyway, we're doing Paul's bag here. So let's take a look at it. I had a lot of fun putting this bag together. You guys know it's always fun to see how many discs I can match, so I got pretty close this time to getting all of them. Well, let's start with his putters. He's got the best combo in the game, the pure and the harp combo, so I was excited to see that. Definitely makes things easier for me, but he also has the fuse and the claymore. I think he throws the fuse for the longer throwing, so I'm going to try to do that when that happens to come up instead of just revert to my pure. He's got the Explorer and the Sapphire. The Explorer is a glide. I've never had the Glide Explorer, but definitely a useful disc. Actually, when I first started playing, I had an Accurate Glide Explorer, and I used it a lot. So great disc there. He's got the Roll Sapphire, which is an awesome ace run disc. He's got that Accurate Glide Musket. He's got the Windbreak Glide Grace. That was the first thing that stood out to me. You know, as I've said many times, if you're going to have a fairway or below, you want it to be accurate. Just aren't quite able to hit the lines like you'd want without that accurate feature. So I think an accurate windbreak or an accurate glide grace would be a better fit there. Or even like a skip fairway. That'd be a perfect spot to put a skip grace in there, or a skip sapphire, or a skip sampo, or skip musket, whatever you want to go. But there's a lot of options you can do to replace that grace, in my opinion, there. Then he's got the Glide Water Skip Gold, so obviously no issue there. That's the same thing I throw as far as his rise. He's got the Light Glide, the Glide Skip, and the Turn Glide, so can't say anything about that. He has a Turn Skip Rive, which is an awesome disc. I enjoyed it the last bag that I played with, so I think I'm going to use it here for Enso as well. A Skippy Flippy straight throwing driver is very useful in Enso, so I'm sure we'll get some use out of that there. Then he's got the Glide Windbreak Rive. So again, I think that Glide Windbreak Rive and the Glide Water Skip Gold are pretty interchangeable. So I think he can do without that, but it's an awesome disc nonetheless. But I think he could free up another spot there. So in my opinion, as far as the grace goes, he can do something better in that spot. And then with that Glide Windbreak Pure or Glide Windbreak Rive, I think he can put something there, whether it be Skippy Flippy driver like a Paradigm. Actually, he's got that turn skip, so he doesn't really need that, even though the Paradigm goes a little longer, or the Captain, or something long and straight and skip. Then he can free up another spot, taking that turn skip Rive out. And definitely needs a distance roll. We talked about that. I think he's actually already made the change to the Glide Roll Rive. Hopefully he can get the 3-star on Enso after this video, so he can get that awesome Glide Roll Rive that you get for that. And then the other one that I already talked about is that kind of fairway skip for some ace runs, or maybe even a fairway water skip. A lot of people are using those. But just a few things that jumped out at me. The grace for sure, you can do something better there. And then definitely need a roll driver. Those are the two biggest things in my opinion. But either way, this is an awesome looking bag. Unfortunately with Enso, that Enso is what he asked me to do. You don't get quite the variety of disc thrown, because they're all par fours, kind of similar. You're throwing a driver, then you're trying to throw it in for eagles. So I asked him what he uses most. He uses the Pure, he uses a fuse for longer ones, and he uses the Glide Skip Rive for a lot of them. But we're going to probably use the Glide Skip Rive because I'm really familiar with it, and probably a little bit of the Turn Skip Rive, and then some fuse and Pure combinations, hopefully. So we'll see how we do. Hole 1 is probably my least favorite hole on Enso. Not only because I suck at it, but because there's just, you can get some bad breaks, man. I don't know how many times. So I slide to the right. This is a turn skip. We're going to put a little bit of anhyzer with this aim point. Try to go either, oh, I try to go left to that tree, but if you can get it close to that tree, it should. Honestly, just try to hit that tree, and you're usually going to either miss it right or left, and if you do that, you're usually going to be safe. But man, with that hole, you think you've thrown the perfect shot, and it'll either get a cut roll or it'll go too far into that gap, or something crazy happens, and it's just a lot of luck, in my opinion, on that hole. This one, I love this line with the glide skip rive. Slide to the left, aim way over there where the tree meets the water, and then a big anhyzer. Oh, this looks perfect. If you try to hit that orange tree right there, again, a little bit right or a little bit left of that orange tree, and you're still going to have an eagle look. But that line right there was the perfect, how it's kind of designed to go. A flippy skippy driver is probably a little easier shot on that hole, but I really like that line. This one, if I didn't eagle 2, I'd probably be going for the eagle on 3 if I'm trying to get the 3-star on this, but we're going to throw it safe here. Usually I love to have my roll rive here on this line, this exact line on a forehand. I can usually get it to where I keep it on this lower level. If you can keep it, oh, it bumped down. If you can keep it down here, you got a pretty good chance of throwing it in. It's a much harder throw in if you get up on top that other level. So try to find a shot that keeps you down on this lower level consistently. This is the pure. I'm going to aim up a little higher, put some hyzer on it, and we're going to miss this one. So yeah, that one, if I'm going for 3-star, if I don't get 2, then I'm usually going for this one. And by going for, I mean if I got a decent wind, then I'm going to throw light glide rive and try to just hit the green. This one, a flippy skippy is probably the way to go, but I've been having a lot of success with this line here. Slide to the left, middle chevron, kind of at the base of that gate there, the bottom on the left side of that gate. And then I try to skip it just before this rock. And ever since I switched to this, where I skip it a lot earlier and try not to carry it as far, man, it's been such an easier shot. I used to throw forehand there, but I switched to backhand and threw it a little lower. This is within his pure distance, so I can throw the pure and feel confident here with this throw in. The fuse just has a little more lift than the Sphea. I'm getting better with the Sphea, but the fuse, I'm just not quite as good with it. So, but we'll see if we have an opportunity to throw the fuse here. This one, another one, if I'm going safe route, I'm going glide roll rive. I'm just not quite sure what to throw. Let's try this. This is a fun line. Default aim, slide to the right with the glide skip rive. If you just put quite a bit of, oh, I think I turned it too much. It might be, no. That didn't turn out. I was hoping to show off a fun line, a fun default aim line, but at least we have a opportunity to throw the fuse here. I might be restarting if I miss this. Get in there. Hey, we got it to go. We saved our birdie. Usually I'm either going glide roll on a backhand there, or I'm going water skip and just trying to ace it, knowing that worst case is a birdie. This one, I like to throw my water skip vandal. This is a tough wind. This is one of those weird aim points that if you pull out the accurate roll sapphire and you slide left and you put that top chevron down on that bush, most winds, if you throw, I'm going to be careful here, take some power off, put some hyzer on it. This is one of the easier holes on Enso, but this is a tough wind, so that's why I took my time there. Dang it, not the best shot. But if you throw forehand or backhand on that shot, you usually have a pretty similar result. It's kind of weird. Check it out, especially in a one wind. All right, I'm gonna throw the harp here. Let's switch. I don't think I can get enough hyzer on this pure. See if we can show off why I love to have the harp in the bag. 111 downhill, tailwind. Still need to get around that tree. Look at that. I'm not quite sure the pure and that tailwind. The pure seems to sail straight farther, so I don't think that would have hyzered soon enough. This is a line that I tried to keep secret as long as possible. I'm sure other people came up with it as well, but I've been throwing it, and ever since I switched to it, it's been amazing. It kind of got out in the Discord here recently, so I think a lot more people are throwing it. But this backhand skip early, oh, that's just beautiful. And I used to hate this hole like with a passion, and ever since I switched to this line, it's been awesome. So glad I was able to hit that one. Didn't quite get a good line on 5. That's a fun hole too, but I kind of screwed that one up. This one, another one where a skippy flippy line is probably better, just going straight, taking more danger out of it. But I have this glide skip line pretty ironed out, especially in a one wind. Slide to the left, middle chevron just under the top of the trunk of that tree there. And we're gonna put, oh yeah, try to go just left of this tree but right of that wall and land right there, get a good skip. Solid round so far. Looks like we're gonna get this 3-star. 59 feet. We can throw the pure. I'm pretty sure that's what Paul would be throwing there. And one more hole to go. We've only missed 2 holes. See if we can get this last one. Kind of a tough wind here. I'm probably throwing light glide. I can still get down there far enough, and I don't have to worry about it going too far. You never know on this one either. Sometimes it's going to pop up and roll and still go out of bounds. Oh, dude, did I put too much hyzer on it? Okay, that's going to work out perfect. So that's why I didn't throw the glide skip. You can end up in the water on that wind unless you aim farther to the left. But with that wind, light glide works really well for me. So there you go, Paul. Hope you can get that 3-star, get yourself that glide roll rive. Hopefully some of these lines help you out. You got a great bag. I think you've already made a few changes. I've been chatting to Paul quite a bit lately. Awesome dude, and I'm hoping this gets you that 3 stars on Ikigai Enso. That's what you want right there. I want to see that in your bag here shortly. All right, guys, thanks again for watching another round of 3-star my bag. There's still a few people left I got to do that have sent me their bag, but if you're interested, shoot me a message and get in line. I'd love to try to 3-star your bag. As always, guys, thanks for watching me play some DGV.